Hey, I'm Cory. I'm here with my colleagues Chi and Nir. I'm a gameplay developer on the vanilla gameplay design team, and I'm going to be talking to you all today about the Axolotl and the glow squid. A while ago, I was thinking about one of our design principles of Minecraft, which is that mobs should be ugly cute. And I was thinking about which animals in real life fit this category already quite well. And one of my favorite animals that not many people know about is the axolotl. It's so much fun to say, and I really thought it would be perfect for Minecraft. So I just brought it up in one of the meetings that we had discussing ideas, and everyone loved it. So now we have it.
Hi, I'm Nir or Ulraf, and I'm a gameplay developer on Mojang. The way we start to work on a new mob for Minecraft is that you sort of do a lot of research. You spend days sometimes just looking up interesting facts about the animal or seeing cute YouTube videos about the animal, and you're sort of trying to figure out what does an axolotl mean for people in their head, right? When you say an axolotl, what do you see in your mind's eye? Do you see a small little cute animal? Do you see something that has many different colors? Do you see the cutest predator you'll ever meet? And we're trying to distill a lot of different association you can have with the animal and find the part that can be really well captured in Minecraft.
Part of what I love to do with Minecraft is think of ways to educate players on real-life situations they may not already know about. One of those opportunities came about when I suggested the axolotl, because I thought it would be a really good way of introducing players to something they may have heard of in passing but didn't really know much about. And the axolotl is a really good example of an endangered real-life animal that I think we could bring awareness to through Minecraft in really fun ways. I've always found it really cute and really endearing. And one thing that I actually learned about it through developing is how endangered they are. The reason that the axolotl dies on land is because in real life, they do die on land. They need water to thrive and survive, and I wanted to educate players on that through Minecraft.
Hi, my name is Chi, and I'm a 3D artist on the vanilla team. I create the models and sometimes also the textures, animations, and everything graphical in Minecraft. One of the challenges of making the axolotl is because it's a blocky creature, to make it fluid as well. How I did that was creating an animation, because we have sort of three parts of the axolotl, to make them kind of counter-rotate so that it looks like it's a fluid motion, right? A wave motion. One of my inspirations was looking at how axolotls swim, and I took those ideas and make them kind of Minecrafty, you know. The unique part of the axolotl mob is that it has a lot of colors and patterns. We kind of have had to pick and choose between all the possible and realistic options out there. Kind of like tropical fish, where there were a lot of randomizations that you could get.
So when I worked on the axolotl, I saw an opportunity to have a new water companion for the player. I sort of imagine him as the wolf of the water. When the player is up and against like this water challenge, maybe the guarding table, you could have this axolotl army swimming around you, fighting those enemies with you. And I thought this was a really cool player fantasy to try to achieve with this new animal. And the most important part was to have it as a companion, as someone who works with you. It's not just there to buff you, right? You're working together, you're fighting one guardian, he's fighting another guardian, and you're sort of beating this challenge together. The most interesting part about the axolotl, in my opinion, is the play dead mechanic. So when I wanted the axolotl to be a water companion, I wanted him to face off this water temple with the player. But I noticed that when I do that, a lot of time my poor axolotls end up dead. And that's not good. So I remember this awesome fact, going back to the days I spent reading about axolotl, about baby axolotls playing dead when they're near a predator or when they're scared. And I thought this is perfect, right? So you have axolotls fighting with you, and when they're taking damage or when they're close to dying, what they'll do is they'll sort of tilt on their side and pretend to be dead. In Minecraft, when a mob dies, it sort of falls over to the side. So I said, okay, so he can be tilted, and then all the mobs around him, all the enemies, think he's not a threat anymore, and they just don't attack him. And at that time, we bring in another mechanic of real-life axolotls where they have regenerative abilities. So he sort of regenerates back to health and spring back to action and attack more enemies together with the player.
One Easter egg that I added to the axolotl feature is the blue axolotl, which is a super rare variant with a 1 in 1,200 chance of appearing when two axolotls are bred together. And the reason it's a 1 in 1,200 chance is because there are only 1,200 axolotls left in the wild approximately. Your axolotl will follow you into battle as long as you're tempting it with a bucket of tropical fish. The reason that we decided to use a bucket of tropical fish is because in real life, axolotl love live fish as opposed to dead ones. So when going into battle with the axolotl, they won't just follow you into battle if you're tempting them with the bucket of tropical fish. They will also grant you regeneration and remove your mining fatigue if you help them defeat something that they're fighting. So if you help the axolotl, it'll help you.
So I hope that the community sees the axolotl as a viable companion you can take with you somewhere. I know it's still dangerous, right? The world is a dangerous place, but I feel like that if you work well with your axolotl and you keep each other's back, you can really have an awesome water companion to come with you on your adventures. When I started working on the goats, I again went into this research mode, right? We have days of reading about all these amazing types of goats, and there's many types of goats, and you're trying to find sort of the essence of it, right? What's shared between a lot of them? What do people think about when they think about goats? And one of the most things that sort of popped out for me is that they get everywhere. Like you come back to your house and suddenly they're on the roof, right? Or they're super amazing climbers on the mountain. And that coincides really well with the fact that we're doing the Caves and Cliffs update. So one of the most interesting parts of the goat, I think, is the jump mechanic. And that's also a part that took a long time to develop, just because so Minecraft physics is not really the same as real physics. It's not a complete simulation. There's a lot of little quirks in there. And getting a goat that is able to sort of see a target and sort of predict exactly how to jump there, how to plot that path. And also, Minecraft is a very dynamic game because of you guys, the players, and you can do so many things to interrupt the goat while it's jumping. You can place a TNT right next to it that sort of moves it away. You can pull away the block it's jumping to. You can put ice and then it slides off the block it's landing on. And there's so many of different cases that we needed to consider. That was a really interesting challenge to create that. So I hope the community sees that the goat is sort of mischievous, right? So I hope the community sees that the goat is not evil, it's not threatening, it just sort of comes behind you and sort of boops you off the mountain sometimes, but it's not meaning you any harm. It's just a bit mischievous.
There's not a whole lot of difference between the squid and the glow squid in terms of movement and behavior, but when it comes to appearance, they could not be more different. The glow squid is emissively lit, which means that it can be seen in the dark anywhere. It doesn't give off light, but it itself is lit very brightly, except when you hit it. If you punch a glow squid, it will go completely dark and it'll zoom away. And the other big difference is that the glow squid will squirt glow ink and drop glow ink sacks, and the regular squid will drop an ink sac and squirt regular ink. The glow ink sac can be used to take that emissive behavior, and it can be applied to signs or item frames. So if you craft an item frame with a glow ink sac, you get a glow item frame. So anything inside that glow item frame will glow in the dark. It won't give off light, just like the glow squid, but it will be lit. And then if you use your glow ink sac on a sign, the sign text will glow in the dark. I hope the community uses the glow ink from the glow squid to create some really awesome, in the dark creations. I think the darkness in Minecraft and having to use torches everywhere can be quite annoying, but sometimes you just want something that is completely dark around but lit itself, and I really hope the community can come up with some really cool uses for that.
I think the community is amazing, and we want to show the love back because the community loves our game, but we also love the community. And one huge part of why I love the community is because they come up with all the amazing tools that people can use and contribute to the game, even though they are not developers.
So it's been a lot of fun, but it's always also been a lot of work. And I really hope you're gonna enjoy this amazing Caves and Cliffs update.